Alright guys, so we're going to be wrapping up the entire past 2 weeks. Yes, 2 weeks in this video. So we got a lot to cover, so let's just get into it. Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Wes. I am Midgard Axe. Welcome back, Midgardians. New people on the channel, welcome to you guys as well. I looked on the video description list, and it says that the last time I did this one was 2 weeks ago. I guess because I skip one last week? Guys, there's so much going on at this house, and I didn't realize how much content I've been putting out. So I have a ton of stuff to cover. I guess that's what happens when you skip one of these wrap-ups, so I'll make sure I get one out once a week. Sorry that I didn't put out the winner in the Cobalt review, guys. I had already taped that, and I wanted to get that out. So we'll get to the winner on who won the Husqvarna Carpenter's Axe at the end. So just hang with me. There's a lot of stuff I want to cover with you guys and go over. So let's just start with the first one here. I wanted to say to Caleb. Caleb won the Ned Foss hatchets. Dude, I am so sorry. I totally forgot before. Things have been crazy. Like I said, when I sent those hatches out to you, I forgot to fix the bit where I chipped it at. I'm sorry, man. I totally forgot about it. So, my bad. I mean, you got axes for free, but I did mean to fix that bit for you, and I forgot. So, my bad. Sorry. The first thing I wanted to touch on was the thinning handles video, because, like I said, guys, it's been 2 weeks. I hope you guys enjoyed that thinning axe handle video, where I just kind of went through the tools that I use when I thin my handles. Most of the time, like today when I was thinning the Cobalt, which I'll get back into it. We'll get into this in a little bit, but the Cobalt here, when I was thinning this down, I tell you what, guys, this handle is really nice. I'm gonna get in. I'm not gonna spoil it, but this handle is really nice, guys. This thing right here is just real nice. Let's see if I can get it to focus, but I worked on this today and thinned it down. You can see how I thinned it down right here. Man, this thing, they picked a really good handle, and I wouldn't have picked this at the store, to be honest with you guys. I mean, look at this grain. If you guys can see, let me get out of the camera. Look at this grain orientation. I would have never picked this handle. And like, this is what I tell you guys in that one video that I made, that your axe handles can lie. They can tell you lies. I would have never picked this handle, and this thing has, I've beat the hell out of this thing. I'll be honest. No cracks, no chips, no nothing. So that's why I tell you guys, vertical grain's nice, no grain run out, great and all, but you know, I wouldn't bet the bank on that every time. You can get some great handles that have not so great characteristics. That's just how handles go. I used a pocket knife on that, like I always do. Thinned it down really well. I did use the Shinto, and I'll put that in the video and show you guys. I did use the Shinto wood rasp on it too. But yeah, thinned it down. Probably get into more using the spoke shave and the draw knife later on, but I hope you guys got some good information out of thinning the axe handles video. Then I put out some videos on throwing for distance. I'm going to make a video all on throwing for distance because, guys, I'll tell you, that video didn't do so hot on shorts. There's a lot of thumbs downs on that. I don't know why. Maybe it's because they didn't think it's the distance. I mean, you guys that live in the neighborhood, you guys know where I'm throwing from. It's like 76 or I said almost 80 feet. It's like 76 or 77 feet where I threw those two axes from. So, I mean, it's close to 80 feet. I don't know if people think I'm BSing. Guys, I don't BS. Everything's out in the open. I invite people over to my house. Whatever. It's whatever. But I'm going to make a video on throwing for distance and how you guys can get good at throwing for distance. That video is going to be coming up, but I did put a short out on that. Adding character to the handles. Guys, I wouldn't recommend buying that trans tent stuff on, believe it or not, don't buy it on Amazon. It's really expensive on Amazon. Go through a company called Woodcraft. Luckily, I have a Woodcraft near me. and they're kind of pricey, but their Trans-Tent's cheaper than Amazon is. So I would try going through Woodcraft's website to get that Trans-Tent if you want to start playing with dyeing your axe handles, different colors and stuff. Try them first, or someone else, before you go through Amazon, because Amazon's not always the cheapest. But yeah, I got a really cool thing coming up with the cobalt handle. I'll show you guys in the video, but I'm going to do something really cool with that with the Trans-Tent dye too. So that stuff is finicky, and in the video I said that if you get water droplets on it, it'll run. I take it from my experience, do not use the water soluble Trans-Tent dye. Don't use it on axe handles. That stuff comes off on your hands like nobody's business. It's hard to seal it. You can put as much bull linseed oil. I've used tung oil. I've used everything to try to seal an axe handle with that water-soluble Trans-Tent dye, and it won't work. I've tried everything. I've tried everything you can imagine. So that's why I went with the liquid. The water-soluble is powder. The Trans-Tent that takes alcohol is a liquid. So make sure, just my personal experience and my recommendation, I would recommend using the Trans-Tent liquid that you have to mix with alcohol, because that water-soluble stuff, man, that stuff is not fun to try to seal. But yeah, that Trans-Tent's worked really well. I will say, guys, that I did not, and I forgot to do this. It's my fault. You can use bull linseed oil and put a bunch of coats on there and just rub it in really good to get that dye kind of like permeated to the handle so it won't come off. You will get a little bit of transfer if you don't put a ton of bull linseed oil coats on it. There is a trick, and this is a tip for you guys when you're using that Trans-Tent or any type of dye on your wood. Use tung oil. You can put as many coats of bull linseed oil as you want on it, and then in the end, come back with 2 or 3 coats of tung oil. That stuff will seal that dye in, and it's great. I love tung oil, and it works really well to seal that dye in on the handle. Put a few videos out of me doing crazy axe throws. Some of those did really well. One of them, I got a lot of thumbs downs on. I don't know why, guys. It's literally just me throwing like I do normally. Just me coming out and standing in the front yard and having a good time, guys. That's what I do off camera. Those shorts, and I decided to record it that day. That's me being like, I want to go outside and throw axes for me, not for a camera, not for anybody. Just because, guys, I enjoy it. I really do. I love going outside and doing that. That is a passion of mine, just to go outside. Sometimes I'll take, and guys, I'm not going to show you everything that I can do right yet. You're starting to see some new throws. Don't worry, I got a lot more coming. But sometimes I'll go outside with 5, 6, 7 axes in my hand and throw them at the same target, changing distances. And if you guys saw in that video, all those axes are different lengths. You have to know where to stand when you throw those axes. I mean, I was throwing, there was a 17-inch handle one. In the short that says 5 axes, where I throw 5 axes, there's a felling axe that I throw one-handed. That one has a 28-inch handle. And I go down to a 17-inch handle and then a 20-inch handle. You can't stand in the same spot and throw those. You can, and that's another video coming. Technically you can, but you got to be really good at it. You have to know how to manipulate the axe handle to get it to rotate a certain way. But that's the kind of axe throwing that I like. I like just grabbing axes, going outside, and just raw form throwing. And that doesn't seem to go over very well on YouTube, but it is what it is. I'm going to put it out. I'm sure some of you guys enjoy it. I enjoy making that stuff. That's my passion. So like you guys have told me, and like I've told you, I'm going to post what I'm passionate about. And hopefully, you know, there's a bunch of you out there that enjoy watching it, and I can teach you guys a few things, because you know, I've got a little bit of knowledge, and I'll push it out to you guys, especially with throwing. Throwing is my thing. I know I can show you guys tips and tricks and how to haft axes and everything. I'm good at that, but I wouldn't call myself like really good. I'm good, but I'm not really good. Throwing, I would consider myself really good, very knowledgeable. I have a lot of experience, and I've taught from an incredible person who has a ton of experience too. So I know what I'm very confident in my axe throwing. Okay. Cheat sheet down here, guys. Yep, cheat sheets down here because I got so much to cover. The black axe head video, when I did the blackening on the head for the Husqvarna, you guys can use the paste, the gun blue paste, and I have used that on axe heads before. It's real finicky. Every time I go to use it, I'll put it on the same way. I'll clean the axe head the same way with the same type of stuff. It's not like I'm changing the way I do it. And it could be the same steel from the same manufacturer. One head will take it a certain way, another head won't. It's real finicky. So I'll use it sometimes and just use that, like on my Arvika. If you guys watch my adding character video, when I bring up the HV Arvika race axe, that axe head comes clear coated and polished. I don't know why they clear coat axe head. That's weird. I don't know why they did that. But I stripped all that off and then used gun blue, and that took really well. I mean, that thing is black, so that took really well. But other things, I got to use the black linseed oil to get that black look on there, because a lot of some steel won't take it. I know, guys, that preparation is key for all that stuff, and like I said, I prepare it the same way every time. It's just different axes and different steel. It's all weird and does different things. But I implore you guys to test it, try it on different things. You might have a different experience than I do. All these axes that I'm going through and I'm giving you my experiences with, you might have a total different experience because it's not the same axe, okay? So when I give you guys my opinion, I'm trying to be broad about it, because I don't want to say, yes, this is a great axe, if I've got a sample of one and I'm like, yeah, go buy it, and then you buy one. The Husqvarna, I've got a sample of about 30. I've gone through probably about 30 of those Husqvarna carpenter's axes, and about 25 to 26 of them have had the same results. So that's why I'm confident in telling you about that Husqvarna axes. The rest of these axes are samples of 1, 2 maybe. So I got to be careful with what I say, because I don't want to tell you to buy something, but just realize that every axe is different. Every steel is different. I had people tell me all the time, Grand Force Brooks' steel is soft. I've gotten some that were and some that weren't. I love Grand Force Brooks axes. I design a lot of their, I don't design their axes, sorry. I use their axes to make a lot of my designs on my website. And I use a lot of their 17-inch handle carpenter's axes, the Freya's axe on my website. That's a Grand Force Brooks axe. I have experienced one that was questionable with the Rockwell hardness, but then the rest of them that I used were fine. So it's weird, guys. It really is. It's just like guns. It really is. It's like guns. You know, you get a 16-inch barreled AR, and it's got a 1-in-7 twist, and you put a 62 grain 5.56 bullet in there and shoot it, and you might be getting 1 MOA. And then somebody comes out there with the same gun, uses the same ammo, and they can't get below 1.5 MOA. Same gun, same everything. It's just there's just a little bit of difference there. So keep that in mind when I'm giving you guys this information, that each axe is its own thing. And I'm going to try to be as objective and as critical as I can on these axes. But remember that they're all a little different, okay? I hope the Why You're Missing Axe Throws video helped some of you guys. I'm going to do some more videos on that. That's not the only information I have on that. That was just one that I wanted to do. That's an easy start into that. That video got a lot of dislikes. Don't know why. Don't know why. It's real information. It's true information. And I've even gotten people tell me that throw knives that, yeah, that's basically what it is for throwing knives in a sense too. So, you know, I think people are getting me confused with the whole waddle thing. And I think that's what's going on. I think people are seeing me tell them information. They don't see my channel. They don't know what I'm about. And they throw the over the top with the 15-inch hatchet. They go like this, you know, which is fine. That's cool for them. Or they do the whole, like, you know, like flip the axe like this, which is fine too. I don't have a problem with it. But I think people are getting confused and taking that and mixing it with mine and going, well, that's not going to work. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know, but that's not my style of throwing. I can throw like that, but that's not my style. So maybe that's why there's some confusion there. And I tell people in some of my videos, that's not how I throw. I do real world throwing where, I come back and throw with force, like my life depends on it. And that's just how I throw axes. That's how I was taught. It's a defense throw. It's a style of throwing. It's not competition. It's not waddle. It's not any of that. It is a defensive type of throw. And you guys have yet to see me actually get into it. It's coming. I'll show you guys when I can. I'm going to set up a few other targets. Some targets to the left and right of me, in front of me, 2 or 3 targets behind me with 2 or 3 or 4 axes. And I'm going to show you how it's a defensive style throwing. I don't want to jump right into that yet. I don't want to scare people off. I want to kind of ease people into that. But watch. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Husqvarna, I said it wrong. The Husqvarna, I always say it right. I said it wrong that time. I was looking at the paper. The Husqvarna wrap up, guys. I hope whoever wins this axe is going to love it. And now let's get into it. See who won the Husqvarna Carpenter's Axe. So when I assign you guys your number, how it's done is I hit newest comment first, and then I start from the top and work my way down. 1, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth. So there are 13 of you that commented axe that you put yourself into this, okay? There were a couple that put their axe comment in a little late. Sorry, guys, but I got to keep it strict. Got to keep it fair. But if you guys want to get in on other ones, stick around. I'm going to have a bunch more coming. But there's 13 of you, so let's spin the wheel and see who won. All right, the wheel is spoken. It has chosen number 13. And number 13 is Homestead. Congratulations, Homestead. You are the winner of the Husqvarna Carpenter's Axe. Thanks for everyone for commenting. Thanks for everyone for entering. Don't freak out, though. We've got a bunch more coming. Got a bunch more reviews coming and giveaways coming. So stick around. I'm sure everybody will probably win at some point in time. Not very many people are commenting right now, so your odds of winning are pretty high right now. But anyway, guys, thanks for playing, and congratulations to Homestead. Make sure you email me and get with me with your address so I can send it to you. For all of you out there, if you want to win axes, and I'll say this again because it's going to be a problem again, you have to go into YouTube and you have to change your subscribed list from private to public, because you have to be subscribed to me, and I got to see that you're subscribed to me, okay? So make sure you go in there. When you created your account, I went to my mom's account. I went to a bunch of different people's account. Somebody that subscribed on here came over one day, and I had to show him, and he was like, holy crap, when you create your account, I don't know why, but YouTube makes it private. You have to go in and change it to public, so whoever you're following can see that you're following them. It's dumb, I know. But so make sure you guys go do that, because when I announce these winners, I don't want to have to go over this all the time, which I know I'm going to have to for the new people. But just make sure your subscription list for who you're following is set to public, so that way we don't run into this problem all the time. Give me a little bit of time with the Husqvarna Carpenter's Axe. I don't need a ton of time with it. I do want to put a few more coats of bull linseed oil on there, and I do like to when I put a coat on there, I give it about 12 to 14 hours to dry before I put another coat on. So give me a couple extra days before I ship it out to you, so that way I can make sure that it's coated well before it goes to you, because this is one of my axes that I put a lot of time and effort into, and I want to make sure that you get exactly what exactly what it is that I put into it. Cobalt hatchet, guys. I put out the Cobalt hatchet review, the first part of it. Not a bad axe, guys. That handle is a freaking beast, And what's cool is that today, guys, I went on to Lowe's website again, and I noticed that there's a lot of the reviews that were on there. A lot of the reviews were people throwing them. So I'm hoping that I can give some people that are already throwing them, or maybe some people that are considering getting this axe to throw it, some information on them, on this axe, so that way they can make an informed decision. But the handle's a freaking tank. that handle is awesome. So I'm going to get into some of the changes I made. I showed you guys what it looks like after I've thinned the handle down, but got a couple more interesting things coming up on that. I'm going to do one more video on it. I'm going to go outside and throw it a little more. I did sharpen it today. Got some information on that too coming up on sharpening that axe and what I found. So stay tuned on the Cobalt, and it's going to be a good review, somewhat of a good review. There's going to be some negatives in there, but all in all, I'll let you guys watch that video. Two things. I'm going to give you some news first. The Council Tool Camp Carver, the one that I reviewed and sent out as a free giveaway, I got on Amazon today. If you guys like that axe, I would recommend buying it right now. I got on Amazon today, and it is the cheapest I've ever seen it. It's almost, I think I saw it for $130. That axe was going for like $150 or $160 not too long ago, and it's down to $130. I would recommend buying it. I know that might be pricey for some of you, or some of you might think, I'm not paying $130 for that. I'm telling you guys, I think it's worth it. It's so, that axe that I gave away was my personal axe. I hadn't used it. I had worked on the hand a little bit, just kind of gave it a little like burn type of looking thing on it, design on the handle, but I hadn't actually used it yet, and I wanted to give it away to you guys. And then when I got to using it, I love that axe. I'm going to buy another one, and because it's on sale, I'm going to get on there and buy one right now, because like I said, I've never seen it this cheap. So if you guys want to get one, I'd get one now. With the way this economy's going, it's probably going to go up again. So just a little tip, they're really cheap right now on Amazon. I'd get one if you could. Also, I told you guys in the closeout of the Husqvarna, I think, video that I was getting some more Ned Foss axes in. They didn't send me these. Me and my wife bought these. We went a little different route this time, and we went with these right here. I forgot the name of them, but they're like $30-some for 3 of them. And okay, kids, and some of you that are subscribed to me were at my 4th of July party and saw that these axes were being thrown by everybody there, kids, everybody. They were just tossing these things, okay? And same issue, guys. That rubber on here just breaks off. I mean, I will say that the rubber that they put on these wasn't the same rubber that was on the other ones that I reviewed. The other ones that I reviewed had real thick rubber. This is the same style rubber that were on the throwing knives that I said that Ned Foss needed to beef up a little bit. They're really, really thin. And these, I don't get this. When they came, I don't know if you guys can see these. I know that stupid cinematic thing makes everything blurry. I'm going to do my best to try to get you guys to see these. When these came, they had paracord wrapped around the handle inside with this rubber grip over top. So basically, this rubber grip is off. They wrap it with paracord, then they put this rubber grip over it, okay? And then at the bottom, they had a lanyard tied into a knot here. First thing I did was cut that knot off, because it was literally on this, it was rubbing up against my hand. Cut it off, okay? I guess cutting it off made it fall off, and then, I got this going on with it at the bottom, and then eventually this happened. They're really good axes. I mean, I don't see hardly any damage to any of the bits. And we had, my oldest son and, my middle son, who's 11, and, a couple of my nephew were throwing these. He's a little younger. Novices were throwing these. People had never thrown axes before, and the bits held up. But these handles, man, they're really brittle. They just tear off, and they just, look at that. So, it's not a huge deal, because, when axes hit this, it's going to cut it. So if I got any more of these, what I'm going to do with these, I'm going to take all this mess off. There we go. I just took it all off. There we go. Took it all off. take this off, and I'm probably going to wrap it with some type of rubber grip tape to put on here and just use that, because this didn't work out very well. Axe is held up though. Everything's still sharp. The tips are still sharp. No gouges at all in the bit. So, I mean, you know, they're good. Just the handles are just, those rubber things, they, you know, I wouldn't put those things on there anymore. I'd get your own rubber for them. So, also a tip for you guys, something cool that I use that I want to share with you guys today. Whenever you're polishing your axe heads and you may get fingerprints on them or dirt on them, and you go to wipe them off and you notice that you have like a haze on your metal, here's a cool tip that you can go down to your local automotive store and get Meguiar's, this Meguiar's Ultimate Polish for your car. This stuff works great. Put it on a pad, wipe it on the metal, let it sit for a second, then flip it over and use the soft side and buff it off. It works really well. I use these on axes that I've polished and then stuck in trees already, and I want to clean them up and kind of get some of the polish back. I'll use this stuff. This stuff works great, and so does Mother's. I got a thing of Mother's over there too, chrome polish. That stuff works pretty good, but this stuff right here works great. And you can even take this stuff and put it on a DA sander with a sponge pad. Put this on there and go back over it again, and you'll brighten your metal back up again. So don't discount this stuff right here. It's cheap. Well, I can't remember. I bought this forever ago, but this stuff isn't too expensive, especially if you're using it for throwing, guys. Don't waste all your money on that crazy polish. How expensive some of that polish is. You're literally just going to go outside and tear it up again. So I would just get some of that. That's just my personal opinion. It works great. It'll shine your axe head back up if it's polished in certain areas and give you somewhat of a shine back. It's not going to like make it look like it was when you first did it, but it'll bring out some shine again and put some pop back in that metal to make it shine a little bit better. So, all right, guys, this is a long one. I had to get through everything. I wanted to cover everything. If I missed something, let me know. Congratulations to the Husqvarna winner. We got the Cobalt coming up. In the next couple days, I'm going to finish out that one. I got the Cold Steel Trail Boss on order. That should be here just about the time that this one's wrapped up. And then, I got a good one coming for you. The next review is going to be good. It's the felling axe I was telling you guys about. Got a felling axe coming. And I think the Cold Steel Trail Boss has got a weird handle. I think the one I ordered, I think it said it was like a 27-inch handle or 25. I don't remember. But I guess you can consider that a felling axe. This one, the one after that one's going to be a high dollar felling axe. High dollar. Does it make it better? I don't know. But it's just, a lot of people are going to, I think, really like this felling axe that I'm going to review and give to one of you guys. So stick around. That one's coming up. And then don't forget about my Dane axe. Guys, I started working on that one on the side just a little bit. My modern day Dane axe. I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do with that when it's over. I may keep it for myself, or I may do something else with it. I don't know yet. But I tell you guys this, we're up to almost 600 subscribers now. And I told my wife the other day, I said, if I ever start making money online, whether it be YouTube, TikTok, or whatever, when I start making money, if I start making money, I'm going to double these giveaways and reviews to you guys. Give back to you. So, you know, I'll start doing like 2 giveaways a week. I don't care. You know, all kinds of different axes. We're gonna break the mold here. I've got my Amazon carts like this long of axes that I'm gonna review. Some Ned Foss ones, the wooden handled ones. Guys, I'm only one person and I can only do so much, and I have to put out tips and tricks and how to throw an axe, because that's important to me. That's what I'm really important to me. That's what my main thing is, throwing. But I know you guys like the tips and tricks and the reviews and the showing you how I do this and that and learning things, which I think is important too. So I'm going to get everything out to you guys. Cool things I'm going to learn along the way, and you know, give you guys information on things that I first learn, or things that I forget and come back and go, oh yeah, guys, this is cool, do this. But just stick with me. I know it can be long-winded in these videos, but I promise it's going to pay off in the end. But I think that covers everything. I'm looking around to see if I've got anything else Oh yeah, the guys, the Ned Foss, these did come with the same style sheath. You know, you did get a sheath, and these were like $30, and they give you this nice, pretty durable nylon sheath. I don't know why people can't give sheaths on axes. It makes no sense. It's like people selling knives, and they give you a little plastic thing to go over the point of the knife. Give me something to put it in, or if it's not a collapsible knife, give me a sheath to put it in. I mean, how much does it cost to make one of those nylon sheaths? Probably not very much. Probably from where they make it at, it's probably not very much. But anyway, that's my rant. Thanks, guys. Thanks for everything. Thanks for all the comments. You guys are great. If you want to see something, like I said, if you want something, if you want my opinion on something, if you want me to show you something, if you want me to review a specific axe, all these axes that I'm reviewing, most of them have been from you guys. I think I've thrown in 2 of my own, but all the other ones have been requested from you. So I don't care if it's $20, if it's $300. If you want me to review an axe, send me an email or put it in the comment section. Hey, review this. I'll put it on my list. I've got a list of axes to review. So I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody's support. You know, I don't know what else to say, guys. I'm blown away from the support and the love I'm getting from everybody. So some haters out there. They'll be all right, though. I'm sure they won't lose any sleep, but because I know I won't. But until next time, guys, see ya.